Really? Really? Did she actually just tell her prospect to relax? Are you kidding me? Welcome, instigators of change, for some more leadership, learning, and growth strategies. Thank you for being here, and make sure that you leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so the next time I upload videos on leadership, learning, and growth strategies, you will know about it. So today I'm making this video out of sheer frustration. I'm really overwhelmed by the number of people who are sending me messages and connection requests on social media trying to prospect me. And they are going about it in an incredibly wrong way. Today, we're going to go over a couple examples, one bad example of prospecting and 1 to 2 good examples of prospecting and how to do it. And for the initial one, if you have a business coach, I honestly, I don't care if this video triggers a lot of business coaches out there. I really don't care. But if this is what you're about to see, if this is what your coach is teaching you, you need to fire them immediately. Don't waste another second on them. Anyways, so I'm going to share. So on LinkedIn, I got a message from someone that said, I liked your comment on so-and-so platform. That's it. And a connection request. Okay, first, that's a bad note. For right off the bat, I'm going to say, if you are going to add someone on LinkedIn, even Facebook and other platforms, especially LinkedIn, if you're sending a connection request, please send a note along with it about who you are, why you're connecting with them, what, so on and so forth. How have you guys met? Please leave a meaningful message. All right. So now this person messaged me. They said, I like your comment on so-and-so platform. That's it. And a connection request. Okay. Normally that's not even enough information for why the person's adding me. If I look at their profile and there's honestly nothing of interest, I'll ignore it. But she sent me a connection request and I said, okay, hey, thank you so much. And, please tell me a little bit about yourself. So this is what the person sent me. All right, let's do this. So the person, and as you can see, I did block this person and you'll see why, but I didn't need to redact this because she's blocked. So her name is just LinkedIn member. I asked her, tell me about yourself. And here's what she said. I'm an anti-aging specialist. I help business professionals prevent premature aging and diseases associated with it naturally in less than 90 days. Okay, if that actually works, impressive. Everything I teach is based on modern scientific research and studies by brilliant scientists and holistic experts. Cool. It's a program I have been following for the past 12 years and have seen amazing results. And the next message is, how about you? This message is coming up to report and mark content safe or whatever because I blocked her. So, okay, cool. That's actually a really good intro. It's better than what I wrote, to be honest. But I saw her profile. I saw what she does. I'm not really her target audience. I don't really care about that. But that being said, I have a lot of contacts in the holistic practitioner realm of things. And so I could be a great source of referral for her and, other people. So, and she said, what about you? And so far, by the way, I'm going to say that's a great intro. She gets to the point right away about what she does. She gives a number in terms of results, right? she says it's scientific based and based on experts and research. That's good. And it also looks like she has many years of experience following the program herself. So fantastic. So far, she seems credible. And I actually really like that first message. So I said, interesting. I'm a speaker and a leadership strategist. I do leadership development, visioning, strategic planning for entrepreneurs and businesses, helping them discover their unique leadership process. I didn't bother to give my, elevator pitch or make it polished. It was just straight up, here it is. Here's what I do. No fluff, right? So the response I got to that was, that's awesome. And then, I would love to know, you're investing in your health, like going to the gym, buying any products or anything. Well, first, none of your damn business. I don't know you. And second, I know where this conversation is going. Typically, if a person right after introduction says something like that, they don't even hear back from me anymore. It definitely not worth blocking someone for, but I generally don't engage in conversations. But in this case, I decided to just give her the benefit of the doubt because her introduction to me was, fairly strong. And I thought, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to be judging a book by its cover. Let's give her an opportunity to make that meaningful connection, right? So I said, yes, I go to the gym. I love weight training. I used to do kickboxing. And then I had to pause after a car accident. I would love to get back into it as I get better and as the pandemic gets better. I also do float therapy and halotherapy. Notice that I've given her so much to go off of here, so much. She could ask me about, what kind of exercises I enjoy doing at the gym. She could ask me what interests me about, resistance training or kickboxing, why I like it. She could have maybe picked up on the whole float therapy or halotherapy and said, oh, cool, what is that? Or I know what that is. That's really interesting, right? But none of that. Her next comment was literally, awesome. What is the health goal that you're trying to achieve? Is it slowing down aging, mental clarity, more energy, or weight management? Are you kidding me? Like, did you even read my comment? Like, did you even read my message? Like, at this point, I might as well be talking to a bot. And there are bots out there. It's like, it doesn't matter what you say, they'll just pick out certain keywords and just put in their next line. Sometimes it's not even about keywords, it's just a reply. You can reply with, I'm a monkey, and here's a banana. And they're gonna spew out their next lines. So at this point, I'm convinced that this might actually possibly be a bot, because the messages are so impersonalized, or scripts. Oh gosh. Okay. I think scripts have their place. Okay. I'm not anti-scripts, but it drives me crazy when people replace their brains with their scripts. You still need to think. You still need to respond to the conversation. You still need to build on what the other person said. So anyway, so she goes from kickboxing to slowing down aging and mental clarity and more energy and all that kind of stuff. I guess it's kind of somewhat ish related, but not enough. It just, no, like she did not even respond to me at all. I could have said really anything, nothing. So I decided to respond to that by humor, right? And I said, oh God, no, I don't want to slow down aging. I'd like to speed it up, please. And I thought, surely she's going to say something about that. And then I said, I'd like my strength back that I had before my accident. Everything else, mental clarity, energy, weight, are byproducts. I focus on those. I focus on good habits and strength building. though I'm very private about my health and don't really discuss it with strangers. Okay, so here's her response to me to this. Actually, before I go to her response, I want to tell you the slow down aging. That was a joke from many years ago. I was trick or treating and I was 23. Yes, I have a philosophy, and it's that you're never too old for free candy. So don't even argue with me about that. So I was 23 and trick or treating, or was it 21? Something like that. 21 or 23 and trick or treating. And this older lady opens the door and says, "Hi, sweetie. How are you doing? Are you here all by yourself in this rain? Where are your parents?" And I said, I'm 20, whatever I was. And she says, "Sure you are, sweetie. Here you go. Have a candy." And I took the candy. I'm like, "Okay, thanks." It's like, all right. So it makes me laugh every time. Anyway, so I told her I'd actually like to speed up the aging. Her response is, "I understand. That's attainable." I'm sorry, did I ask you if it's attainable? So thanks for the unsolicited advice there. But I don't remember asking her if what I said is attainable. I just said that's what I believe in. And so anyway, so she says, "What do you think you can do to get your strength back?" Typical cliche coaching question. It drives me crazy. Like those very cliche statements and questions that every person coach asks. And by the way, I'm not knocking down coaches. I coach myself. I have coaches myself. It's these cliche statements and questions that just that go around. So what do you think you can do to get your strength back? Don't you feel comfortable talking about it with your doctor or health coach? So at this point, I'm kind of pissed, but I said, but I also realized that it's not a bot, because bots don't get defensive when you tell them you don't discuss your health with strangers. So although a bot might actually have a better response than she did. And so I said, "You're neither my coach, you're neither my doctor nor my health coach. And I'm honestly a little uncomfortable right now with this conversation, because to me up here, when I said I'm very private about my health and don't really discuss it with strangers, I was kind of giving her a hint to back off a bit." Okay. So next, she says, "That's okay. Relax." Really? Really? Did she actually just tell her prospect to relax? Are you kidding me? Anyways, she says, "Relax. I was trying to get to know you. Do you know that if you're doing any kind of coaching, first you start with getting to know people before you turn them into clients?" Here we go. Now she's lecturing me on how coaching works. People feel comfortable doing business with people they know. And here we go with more cliche, even though there's truth to it. Again, it's just plugging in lines she's heard in other places, right? It's just not a natural, organic conversation. This is the redundant crap you hear at every motivational seminar and networking event. I'm not offering you anything because so people feel comfortable doing business with people they know. I'm not offering you anything because I don't know you yet. No, I don't know yet if you are my ideal client. This is why I was asking questions to find out. So then you weren't trying to get to know me. Because if you were like, You're not interested in getting to know me. You haven't responded to anything I said. You haven't built on any conversation I've had. You've not made any kind of effort to build a meaningful connection. You've just been plugging and plugging and plugging scripts at me, right? And then when I tell you to kind of back off, this is private stuff, you're getting defensive. You're not trying to get to know me. You're just trying to vet me as a client. And you just literally told me that. I vet people too. I vet referrals. I vet like potential clients, but they'll never know that I'm vetting them, right? So anyways, that also depends on circumstances though. I'm not offering anything because I don't know you yet, and I don't know if you're my ideal client. This is why I'm asking questions to find out. So she really doesn't care about me. She doesn't really want to get to know me. Surprise, surprise. The secret to caring is to actually care, right? I'm just a number. She's just going through numbers, right? And it just really bothers me, right? It's pissing me off. Not sorry. So she's not really trying to get to know me. She hasn't responded to anything. She's just, she doesn't care. She just wants to know if I'm her client or not, or if I'm going to pay for services or not. And the thing about prospecting is not about sales now and in this point of time. When you prospect, you're building long-term relationships. You're creating opportunities for the future. You are laying out these relationship building sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? You're planting a seed for the future, right? That's what you're doing. You're investing in future sales and investing in relationship and in people. It's not about sales now. And again, it's not just about sales either. It could also be a great referral. I could have been a great referral for this person. But after this, absolutely not. That's not the way to communicate it. She hasn't done anything to show me that she cares about anything that I have to say. And then at the end, she says, enjoy your weekend and feel better. Feel better about what? Given the prior paragraphs, it actually comes across as condescending. So at that point, I blocked her. Now, normally I would not even go this far into a conversation like this, but I really wanted to demonstrate what poor prospecting actually looks like. So now let's look at a possible example of prospecting that works. Now, I was on LinkedIn prospecting myself, and I found this article. It was an interesting article. So I looked at who the person was who shared it, and I wanted to comment on it, but I couldn't. LinkedIn said that I have to be a connection to this person to comment on their post. And I said, okay. I went on this person's profile and I read the profile and I was really impressed by it. And I actually wanted to now add this person as a client or not, as a LinkedIn connection, and possibly build a relationship, for around business and, make a LinkedIn connection. So now I was also interested in this article. What I did was I went on his profile and I took some notes. Then I sent him this message. I said, hi, so-and-so. I came across your post regarding this, not just, I like your post, connection request. I said, hi, so-and-so. I came across your post regarding this topic and found it really interesting. I see that we have said person as a mutual connection and mutual interest in leadership development and public speaking. I would love to connect with you via LinkedIn and get to know you. So this person responds and says, "Hi, Fatima. Thanks. And it is a pleasure to be in contact with you. All the best." Okay, so they haven't moved the conversation forward, but they've expressed some kind of interest, possibly saw my profile. I can tell on LinkedIn who saw my profile, right? He did. And he said this, it's a pleasure to be in contact with you. That's it. No invitation to further talk, nothing. So instead of messaging him further, I went back to the post. So this is the comment section to the post that I was interested in. And I shared my personal experience. Yeah. So I left my comment there, and then he replied. He really liked my comment, and we start to engage in a conversation. Okay, then after that, I've made that connection, engaging with his post. Then I came back to his message, and I said, "Hi, thank you for accepting my connection request. I look forward to getting to know you better." He replied, "Likewise, keep in touch." Now, when I sent him the connection request, LinkedIn had said, "This person prefers to be followed. Are you sure you want to connect with them?" And I said, "Yes." And I'm glad I did, because I was able to further this conversation. But also the reason I didn't just go for asking for a meeting is because this person has set some levels of filters, right? So I have to make sure I'm really doing my part in the rapport building, right? These things matter. How people set up their profile matters. So I said, "Thank you for accepting my connection request." And anyways, he says, "Likewise, keep in touch." So now he's given me an invitation to talk to him some more, right? And you just have to go by situation. So I waited a day or two, and then I came back and I used my notes from the profile, and I said, "Hello again. I really like your profile and everything you do. I think our core values and passions really align, and I'd love to get to know you better and potentially develop a mutually beneficial business relationship. I love that you are blank, 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 blank. As am I. Would you be open to a brief Zoom call? If so, here's a link to my calendar. I'm excited to get to know you." He responded with, "Thanks, Fatima, done." And I said, "Meeting confirmation received. Looking forward to our dialogue." He says, "Me too, thanks." And done. That's another conversation in my calendar. That is how you book appointments. Now, I want to show you just one more example, though. This is a person who sent me a connection request, but they did not send me a note with it, right? So I do pay attention to that. A lot of professionals pay attention to that. If you want to connect with people of, higher credibility, people who are professionals, a lot of them who are experts in their area, they do look at these things. They do set up multiple filters so that they're not spammed by people. So it's really important to pay attention and do all that. But at the same time, as a salesperson, you also need to be hungry for that connection. Like, I could have just said, "Oh, it says this person prefers to be followed and doesn't want to be connected. Maybe I'll just leave the person alone," right? I could have done that and I would have missed this connection. So you do have to push a little. You do have to push to get what you want, but you want to be respectful and not make it about you. Keep it about them and wanting to get to know them, make them feel, special and like you care about them and what they do and so on and so forth. It's not about you, it's about them. Not once did I mention products or even like what I do or that, I'm trying to prospect him as a client or any of that, right? Just relationship building at this time. I already vet the person by looking at their profile for whatever kind of connection I want to have with this person. I've already vet them for it. Now it's all about them and building rapport with them, okay? So there's another person, they sent me a connection request without a note. That being said, I went on the person's profile, and again, I was really impressed, and he was one of the people who would be an avatar that I would want to follow, someone who fits the criteria that I look for when making professional connections, whether it's looking for referrals, looking for clients, looking for building relationships and connections, or anything. So next person sends me actually a connection request, and I said, I took the initiative to go on that person's profile and customize the message. I said, hi, thank you for your connection request. I enjoy learning. He had a really cool word on his profile. I said, I enjoyed learning the word such and such on your profile. It's a great, catchy, and attention-grabbing line as well. I see that you have the John Maxwell team under your experience. That's really cool. I have a friend who is a leadership coach as well, certified through one of John Maxwell's programs. He told me he was one of the first 500 people to go through his program. Would love to get to know you better and exchange speaking and leadership experiences. So the person replies, he said, hi, Fatima, I'd love to connect. Let's set up a 15-minute introductory call later this week or next. Send me an email or call me or text me to set something up. And he gave me all his information. So, and then I responded with, well, I left the person a message. Then I left a message here and let them know that I did leave them a message, and I'll email them as well, just to make sure I cover my communication basis. But notice that he asked for a 15-minute introductory session. And so I need to be respectful of that. And I said, I left a voicemail on your phone. Here's a link to my calendar if you'd like to pick a time that works for you. He didn't send me a calendar. I don't like to do the back and forth between, are you available now? Are you available then? So I just send a calendar invite. So it says 30-minute on the calendar invite, but we can definitely keep it to 15 if you wish. I'll email you as well. That's because I only have one calendar template, and it's for a 30-minute call. I don't have one for 15, one for 30, one for an hour, but I wanted to make sure that I'm being respectful of what the person said, and I don't want them to think that I didn't read their message properly. That's really important in making people feel heard. So, and by the way, this person ended up calling me back. We had a brief chat. The person booked the appointment. The next section where he's like, yeah, appointment booked, and I confirmed it. It was just waste of space and screenshots. So I didn't bother with that. But that was, another connection. So you want to fill your calendar with meaningful conversations with prospects and focus on long-term sustainable buildings. And please, for God's sake, if you have coaches that are teaching you to do this crap right here, please just get rid of them, fire them. I don't know where, yeah. So this is very unprofessional. So don't do that. When you prospect, generally care about the people. Now, I probably take a little bit longer than I should because I just really take my time researching people I'm connecting with. That being said, usually people are like, oh, I get through 100, 200 calls and messages an hour or so. I generally get about, I'm going to say the first time I did like serious sitting down prospecting, I got through 10 people in 3 hours because of how thorough I was. I'm not saying you should spend that much time on prospecting. You just need to skim for keywords. but I was also doing a lot more things like refining my message and, a bunch of other things. But on average, about 25 to 30 prospects in about, I'm going to say 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours, 1.5 to 2 hours is quite normal for me to do, because I really thoroughly vet people beforehand. I get to know them. I check out their website. I check out all their social media platform. I do have a message template. By the way, a lot of these messages I sent were part of a template. You didn't even know that, because just because it's a template doesn't mean it's plug and send, plug and send, plug and send. You still have to customize it and put in their interest, their expertise, pick something interesting. So it still takes time. Even with a template, it's not like plug and go. If you're trying to make meaningful connections. If you're just trying to reach the masses, if you're playing the number game, that if I just randomly message 100 people, like one fish will bite the hook or something, whatever. But that's not what I'm teaching here. So that's how I do it. I hope that's helpful. I hope that gives you some more clarity and idea on how to start prospecting, how to find people, how to communicate better with them, so that you're filling your calendar more and not getting blocked instead by people. Please don't do those things. It's disrespectful. Additionally, if you'd like to see more content like this, please do subscribe to the channel. I do intend to make more content. It's a learning process for me to make and edit YouTube videos, but I'm learning. So please, if you like today's video, give me a thumbs up so I know to make more of these. Leave me a comment. Tell me what did you think of this? What did you think about this process? What is your experience of prospecting? I really want to know. I'd love to hear other people's experiences and their stories. I'm interested in that. So give the video a thumbs up if you'd like to see more leadership learning and growth related strategies, and hit the bell icon for when I upload my next video. All right. Have an empowered day. Take care. And yes, bye-bye.